There we go. That was it. Welcome to Adventures in Babysitting Villy with Villicent, the half-elf sorcerer, played by Tess, Yadwiga, the gnome assassin, played by Bree, and Green, the warforged cleric, played by Sean. Well, this is a Scrying Globe Productions production presented by Greybush Tavern. Please, if you have any cards that you would like to turn at any point, please point them to the chat, and as the mod reads them, they will be played in. Thank you very much, and we'll start with a quick introduction of characters. Tess, would you tell us about Villicent, please?
An elven orphan with PTSD.
Thank you. Bree, would you tell us about Yadviga, please?
I am a gnome assassin that was the sole babysitter of Billy until we've got the lovely introduction for a new guest.
And Sean, would you tell us about Green, please?
Green is the body of a warforged inhabited by a nature spirit that just really wants the help.
Also known as the Green Machine.
And he does help. Thank you very much. We are back. You will notice in our need to get camera stream up.
Should have gotten tea or something.
So we are back. We are back with the three of you at the spiral's center, facing the Chronomancer. The Chronomancer's name is Mit, and you entered the Chronomancer's domain from the Yuan-Ti city of Asala, which is in the southwestern tip of a peninsula that sticks out into the ocean. You will notice that the three of you are on one end of a long bridge with the Chronomancer on the other end. There is a chevron above his head that is sparking and creating a purple flame that's beginning to grow into a large hemisphere around him.
Blue flames are cooler.
Do we see any webcam looking structures like we ran into before?
You mean anything that's pivoting to look at us or
Yes.
anything like that?
Yes.
No, you don't see anything that you haven't passed already. Once you're up here, the the lack of distance sight seems to fall away, and you can see all the way back to the beginning of the spiral, which is visually above you and stretches off kind of like a galaxy arm reaching away from you.
Got it. Is there any structure that's familiar around us? Like we would be able to pinpoint where that was taken from in reality?
Roll me a perception or investigation or insight, and anyone who wants to look around can roll as well.
15. Insight
9.
or perception.
9 investigation. So intelligence?
Sure.
12
10.
on perception.
On perception. So as you're looking around, you notice that the ground around you is made of different pieces of many different things. It looks like a floorboard from here lapped over the edge of a bit of sandy beach, which is lapped over a chunk of concrete from a bridge somewhere. Until you finally get up to the Chronomancer's throne and kind of plug-in area, which appears to be made of all sorts of different random pieces, like a random hand of a statue sticking out is one place where he sticks his hand, and then the other one is like the end of a bar stool that's just been bolted into the side of the thing, and the back up behind him, part of it looks like an ancient crumbling mosaic, and then spliced onto the side of a dartboard, uh, and then cobbled off to the side of that is maybe a chunk of house siding, um, that sort of thing. It looks very cobbled together in just pieces of things and random things and places.
I want to apply my 15 to insight, focused on the Chronomancer, because I think that's what Billy's focused on at the moment. I don't
Okay.
know if 15 will get me anywhere.
He is a he is a tall Yuan-Ti abomination, which means that he's basically a snake with arms. Um, and he has a large hood that comes around or wraps around the side of his head. A long forked tail or long forked tongue that tastes the air in front of him, and a long curved tail that's currently coiled, or that he's currently got coiled underneath him. He looks like he's a good 15 to 20 feet long.
And he appears, I mean, I assume because of the conversation we had at the end of the episode that he is, but he does appear to be readying an attack or a spell or something.
He is
Like he's here to kill us.
He's standing plugged into whatever this large machine is, and the large chevron shield looking thing on this extended piece is glowing, and then the fire is the rays are radiating from this piece right here.
Okay.
And it's creating a hemisphere of energy around it, surrounding him.
Is the hemisphere just surrounding him, or does it seem to be expanding?
It appears to be. It's still reaching around to surround him. It's still a hemisphere right now, but
Okay.
it's growing. It's growing around him to try to looking like it's working on creating a whole sphere
Okay.
or a bubble of some kind around him.
Okay.
And how far are we away from him?
You're about 40 feet, I would say.
Tight.
40 to 60, depending on where in the order you are. But space is a little deceiving here, so
A fireball quivers in Billy's hand. I'm ready.
Fireball is not the answer. Fireball is a question, and the answer is yes.
ain't that the truth? Where?
You say the muck hells were of no consequence, then why were you watching them?
I watch all, child. You must watch all to understand the great mystery.
Where's my dog?
Lost the time your dog is. The one here recognizes you as well. Where?
What was your business with Stephen Amber?
Stephen Amber was it was the one that I sought, the one that I watched as he destroyed our world and it reforged itself anew around his personal guilt.
But you do not step in to alter.
This is why you are here, daughter of morals.
Do you ever step in to alter what consequences may come?
Only some can manipulate using their knowledge of the great mystery. I am one of those. So was Amber. But Amber allowed the madness of his family to claim him, and destroyed himself and all of his kin in the process.
Am I one of those people? Call me daughter of time.
Yes, all three of you brought here. I have. Convenient.
And you say you want to destroy us?
No, I don't want to destroy you. You have energy I require. You are out of time, out of joint, all of you separate from your own individual universes. This gives you a power and energy here, which I require. 3 uses of the machine will you provide me, and then I will seek the others that came with you.
If you like to watch time, why not use us instead of destroy us?
If I've
Aren't
got
we-
the potential to do what you can do, why not educate me to help? All I want to do is help repair time.
The hemisphere is now almost completely grown into a sphere. There's only a small bit left before the sphere is complete around him.
Is there enough? Sorry?
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, is there enough space left for me to move forward and sort of, like, I don't know, leap in, sort of dive through whatever hole is left to get inside?
Yes, there is just enough to you calculate in your head that there's just enough time for you to get there. There is. I would also like to point out that there is a control wheel immediately in front of you.
I haven't the faintest idea what that does, and I'm gonna let the girls experiment with that. I'm going to run forward and leap, put myself inside the sphere.
What is your movement speed?
Probably not enough. I'm gonna have to make a move, I guess, because my movement speed is only 30.
Okay.
I may have to dash.
Okay. So you want to use a dash action then?
If I have to, yes.
Yeah, I think you'll need to in order to make it, because you'll kind of be sliding into home kind of,
Okay.
because
Okay.
roll me an acrobatics check.
Oh shit. Okay. Oh wow. Wow. 21.
Nice.
Damn.
So green leaps over the control board in front of him. His legs echoing hollowly on the different terrains above that he's running across. The sphere closes just as he leaps in, and he comes face to face with the Chronomancer.
Green, I don't have careful spell.
So Green, you land in front of him as the sphere closes behind you, and you stand up, looking, and your elevated height actually allows you to look directly into the eyes of the Chronomancer. You're looking directly. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I cannot permit you to harm anyone. Please stop.
He reaches out and with one hand and grabs your chest plate. As he grabs your chest plate, light blue lightning static charge begins to come off of his 3 fingertips, the talons on them as he clamps onto it, and you feel there's a little electrical charge that begins playing across your chest. Roll me a Constitution save.
That's it. That's all I needed.
Rolled off. 15.
15 is good enough. You feel yourself beginning to black out a little bit, almost as if you stand up too fast after being squatted down for a while. You know, the sudden change in blood pressure makes you swoon a little bit. So you feel a momentary swoon, but then you come back to yourself, and you realize that he's pulling some sort of energy out of you.
Okay, cool. Well, he's touching me. That's a terrible idea.
Consent is important! Fireball.
That's a terrible idea because I have 2 feet, Grappler and Tavern Brawler.
Oh boy.
So, I need to. I do have a question for you. I'm real quick, like. So, as a cleric of the life domain, I have the Divine Strike ability. Once on each of my turns, when you hit a creature with a weapon attack, you can cause the attack to deal an extra 1d8 radiant damage to the target. Now, Tavern Brawler allows me to use unarmed attacks. Can I use Divine Strike with a punch?
Yes. As long as you
All
hit.
right.
As long as you hit.
All right, cool. So, I'm going to swing on his punk ass.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Oh, crap, I got to do math.
I'm re-rolling damage for Fireball. It's happening.
3 plus 7. Okay, plus 7. Got it. All right, so roll to hit. Plus 12.
12 to hit.
Not good.
He easily sidesteps your strike. Basically by the hold he has on your chest, he just kind of like pushes you away so that your arm all of a sudden is too far away to hit. Kind of like leaning back too far and pulling your earbuds out of your ears.
Yeah.
Let's roll initiative.
Okay.
Let's.
Now, of course, now I rolled the nat 20.
I am rolling the worst I've ever rolled for damage.
Rolled a
Because-
9.
Screw you, that's why. Got a 22.
Wow.
Now I roll the 20.
All right. That is a 15.
15. So the order is going to be Green, Tess, Chronomancer, and Yadwiga. Should be here. How bizarre! I can't find my character tracker.
Oh.
Ah, there it is. Oh, this isn't it. This is the old one. That's unfortunate. Okay. So we'll press on anyway. So Green, you are first. You're nose to nose. Mitt is pushing you around and keeping is keeping you out, is blocking you from making your strike on him.
Okay, well, he's still touching me, which is not the brightest move. I'm going to try to grapple him.
Okay.
I have grappler, which gives me advantage.
Yes. Roll
So I
roll
need-
your strength check with advantage, please.
15.
15. I will make his opposing strength check. Oh, he did not make it. You successfully grapple him. So you reach your force arm over, and the mist tendril curls around like a vine, uh, and uh, and and basically ties a complex knot around itself like a vine grabbing onto a tree to climb higher.
Cool.
You are now successfully grappling him. Would you like to do
Awesome.
use any of your other actions?
See, so that was my attack action, I guess.
Yes.
I don't know what else.
You
What
have,
what else can I do?
you have a swift action. You have any bonus actions that you have access to. You have move action. Now that you're successfully grappling him. Doesn't Tavern Brawler allow you to throw stuff too?
Tavern Brawler.
Please throw him, because I got my fireball damage rolled, and I don't want to hurt you.
Hang on. Tavern Brawler 170. No, Tavern Brawler allows me to. I'm proficient with improvised weapons. My unarmed strike uses a D4 for damage. And when I hit a creature with an unarmed strike or an improvised weapon, I can use a bonus action to attempt to grapple, which is what I was going to do last round. But now I've got him.
So actually, if you just grappled him as a bonus action, then you actually have your have your main attack ready. Still
So shoot, because I used a. Does it count as a grapple? Is it a bonus or an attack? I don't know.
Well, if Tavern Brawler allows you to do it as a bonus action, then you can have that as a bonus action.
After I hit him.
Oh.
I hadn't hit him. Can I use a bonus action to advance the grapple to a pin?
I'll allow it.
Or is that another attack action?
Yeah. You've
cool.
already got him grappled, so if you have the feat that allows you to pin, then use it.
It just says grapple. You can use your action to try to pin a creature grappled by you. To do so, make another grapple check. If you succeed, both you and the creature are both restrained until the grapple ends.
Okay. Cool.
So
roll your grapple check.
All right.
Grapple gives
19.
Nice. Oh, he did not. He almost didn't make it. So as you've got him with your now tendril like left force arm, other tendrils begin seeping out of the rest of your armor and begin wrapping around him from the rest of him. So there's tendrils coming out from your knee joints and from your hip joints and from your elbow joints and out from around your neck, and just reaching around him like a small forest of vines engulfing a tree, and he's trying to resist at first, but then you get him well enough, and his eyes narrow and begin boring into yours.
Please stop.
Very good. So now the two of you are thoroughly enmeshed. Villy, you are on the outside. You watch as Green sprints through the hole in the spherical energy, and as it closes behind him, and you can kind of see it. It's a little refracted, but you see Green reach out, and it appears that he's hugging the thing, that he's hugging the Chronomancer.
You're a cleric, right, Green?
Yes.
Cleric's got pretty high con, right? Okay. So, I just don't think there's anything else that Billy would do in this moment but try to fireball him. And in my head, she was preparing it as Green was doing this. It's like, oh wait, oh no.
I'm
But
gonna whisper into Billy's head because I see.
Uh-oh.
Because I see what you're doing, so I'm gonna just gently tell you don't waste it. Look up and point towards the little mechanism that's above him.
That's cool.
Because that might be what's powering him. That might be the connecting machine.
I don't know if
Just as a suggestion.
I can, if I'm close enough, I can target fireball in a way where it could only hit him, probably. But I don't think I can see enough to do that. And they're essentially occupying the same space. I was like, if he's walking up there, that would be fine. But now that they're grappled, that fucks everything up. And
Yeah.
I am the kind of person who, because I wrote.
Oh my.
Did we just lose Tess?
I don't know. You might
Yeah,
have
she's
lost
back
me.
though.
There she is.
That was quite
Right.
a hiccup. I lagged out too.
All right. In that case,
Now, Fireball, you can make a dex save for half damage, but I think if he's pinned, I don't think he
I
can
already
make
checked. I already checked. He can still make a dex save. He's incapacitated, but his speed is 0. And it doesn't have effect on dex saves.
Plus the fact that you're only hugging the top torso area of him, he still has a good 12 feet of him that's coiled up underneath him. He is still plugged into his machine though, so
can't go too far.
yeah.
Would you consider the thing that would you consider the thing that the fire is coming from to be loose earth?
No.
I mean, it's not attached to anything.
No.
Okay.
It is not loose earth. As a matter of fact, it is part of part of a machine that is, it's placed together, but it's magically welded together. So
I'm so sorry. I hate not being prepared for my turn, but all of my plans have been foiled.
Things happen
it's
that
okay.
make us yeah.
When you have to change your action, you just lost power.
Okay.
Even though it's plugged into the computer for some reason.
Okay, it says I can create 3 rays of fire and hurl them at targets within range. I can hurl all 3 at one time.
Testing. Testing.
Okay, how about now? There we go. Alrighty. Looks like we are back in business recording wise. Okay. Now, great. So, Tess, you said it looks like you can.
Yes. Okay. So I'm going to cast Scorching Ray at a 4th level each. So I can. I think I'm going to move forward. With 10. I'm going to move forward 10 feet. We're on just a straight platform, right? I can move just forward 10 feet.
The platform extends a little bit to it has a little bend to the right as different chunks come together.
Okay.
But-
I don't want to be rolling disadvantage on attacks or anything like that. I want to be able to see the Chronomancer. So I want to move forward enough to see the Chronomancer, and you just let me know how far that is.
Green is actually engulfing him pretty well. You can get a decent clear shot on his lower snake part.
Okay.
That is coiled up underneath him better than you can the part that is engulfed by green currently.
Okay. I don't care as long as I hit him.
Okay. So Villy.
But yeah, you just let me know if I hit his AC, because this is going to be a lot of rolls, and it might be easier if I know the AC and I can just tell you hit or miss. All right, so that's going to be an 11. I'd imagine that doesn't hit.
His AC is an 18.
Okay.
But he also has total cover right now from his shield.
Sorry.
Okay,
Total cover?
Yeah, the chromatic sphere that he's erected around himself.
Then what am I doing?
You're finding out that he has a chromatic sphere erected around himself when you use your scorching ray on him.
Glad I got through. Damn.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to be.
Well, there's no point of even doing that then. I mean, well, I've done it. I wasted a 4th level spell.
Yes.
That's okay.
Sorry. The spell was successful until it hit the barrier.
Cool. All right. I'm moving up.
Okay.
As much as I can. I got 30 feet of movement.
Okay, so the sphere ends at this color break right here as an indication for you. So you go. I'm going to take that piece down because I'm going to keep on hitting it and knocking it off. And I don't think you guys are going to go back there. So you move up to here, and you're right at the edge of the sphere, and you bump up against it, and it's solid and it feels crystalline, even though it's made of magical energy.
Okay. I'm going to use a sorcery point to do Quicken Spell, which allows that spell to have been a bonus action. And I'm going to shoot with my bow at the, just more of an experiment than anything. I'm going to shoot with my bow at the fire thing above it. Or, I don't know if I should roll a check to see if there's any. I don't know. I just want to see what happens when you shoot it.
Okay. You can roll to hit, but it is inside the shell as well.
Never mind then. I'm going to say because Billy would have seen that and it was just me not understanding it was that way, then it doesn't count.
Yes.
All right, then ignore that sorcery point thing because Billy saw that. End of my turn. Can't do anything.
Okay. Mitt is going to roll he hisses in Green's face and reaches out and bites you and bites your head.
Jeez.
Okay.
Make a
Armor class.
He rolled a 19, so I figured that since you're grappled already, that pretty much is a guaranteed, almost a guaranteed hit.
He got me.
You take 8 points of damage,
Okay.
and he is biting your head, like, and it's the helmet part separates away from the rest of the armor, trailing a green tendril, um, of smoky force magic.
Well, my head is comprised and almost entirely of metal and stone and wood, so enjoy that, pal. Hope you got a good orthodontist lined up.
Yeah, so he's trying to pull it off as best he can, but he is thoroughly engaged and distracted by what you are doing. He can't do anything else. He can't cast any spells. He can't. You are effectively keeping him from doing anything. Yeah.
And just to clarify, they're both inside this orb right now?
Yes,
Okay.
they are. If you see the black area that Green and the Chronomancer are standing on, that's the extent of the bubble.
Oh, okay.
So imagine a bubble all the way around that thing, and that part is just like kind of like the top quadrant. It extends in space farther around and behind them. Yadwiga.
That so it's the full extent of even what's behind him. So you said that the I forget what it was called, but that mechanical point above him, that is also in the sphere.
Yes, it is.
Okay, where was the control panel?
It's kind of like the top. It's kind of like the top of the sphere. The control
Got it,
panel
okay.
is immediately in front of you, right there.
Okay, I'm gonna go to that control panel, and I'm gonna see if it looks anything similar to the control panel that was down below us.
Ooh. Party time.
It doesn't look similar to it, but from having figured that panel out, this panel has the same features, just in a different language, and it's a different model, different make, that sort of thing.
Are they still? Do the dots still appear the same, or is it more like buttons?
It's actually kind of a flat panel depression sort of thing, like a piece of almost like a piece of ice that's been partially melted down.
I'd like to investigate to see if there's anything that I can recognize, any language or any kind of there's like one word that looks familiar. It's like on. I want to push it.
Okay. One of the assassins got a comprehend languages
Yes.
ability by your level. So I'm gonna let you roll a investigation or insight or something like that.
I have a bonus in my investigation because it's one of the perks that I
Cool. Let's use that.
yeah. Okay. So I rolled a 14, 15.
A 15.
With my bonus.
A 15 gets it for you. You're able to piece together the different controls on the panel. There's a large wheel, and it appears that this is a contactor panel of some kind, and the wheel opens and closes a large energetic bridge, and you see that there are 4 different sources that the panel actually has a diagram of, with showing the spiral, and you see the different power sources that you've encountered through the spiral, each listed with a set of buttons. One button is lit on each set of these buttons, and one is unlit. power sources. And there are 4 buttons, 4 large buttons immediately to the left of the wheel, all of which are currently lit.
I want to deactivate the large buttons that are lit on the side.
Okay. So
I want to put yes.
So you press all 4 of those buttons.
I want to push one button. We'll start out at the top left. I want to push that button and see what happens before I go crazy and push all the other ones.
You push that button and the light turns off.
Okay, now I want to push them all.
Okay, as you push them, they turn off.
And then I want to push all of the buttons that are unlit on the control panel. Of the double ones, I want to push all the ones that are next to the lit ones.
Okay, as you push them, they go from being blue to being purple. The lower one is purple, and you hear. And as you look, because from up here the space dilation is lessened, so you can see the entire spiral. So as you look back, you see that the way you came in here. So that's the place where the kitchen was. You see that place. You see that place go dark. You see. Oh, I need to turn it on. You see the large generator that you had climbed on, that was goes dark. The crystal pillar over here that had the energy running through it goes dark. And this paddle wheel back here that you never got to also goes dark. And there is a spinning part on top of it that stops spinning. Immediately the sparks around the Chronomancer's bubble go dark, and the chromatic shield collapses.
Yeah.
Nice.
Get some.
Can I use my after I realize that can I use my paper? My cunning action. Oh no, that's not an attack. Can I still use an attack if I didn't do an attack, or does this count as my turn?
This was pretty much a full round action. I mean,
okay,
sitting there pushing buttons and figuring everything out is definitely a full round action.
Okay.
Tess, however, because you did not take any actions, you were effectively deferred your action. Once Yadwiga drops the shield, you can take an action if you wish.
Fireball.
No, I'm not going to fireball, my friend. I will Scorching Ray, though. Scorching Ray can be targeted.
Mm-hmm. You've already got the spell slot used.
But in the vein of honesty, though, I will say that I actually have taken an action because I tried that Scorching Ray and it didn't work.
You get multiple shots with it, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, we can say that I shot one and I realized it didn't work if you want.
Yep, and because since you deferred your action, you still got those other. What's 2 more, right?
Okay.
For your level?
No. Nope.
How many is it for your level?
9.
9?
9
Holy
more.
cow! Excellent. So that's not that much of a loss.
It's 3 rays where I do 2d6, but if I bump it up a level, it's an additional ray. So I'm doing.
You're casting it as a level 4, so it should be.
I'm casting it as a level. Yeah, I'm casting it as a level 4, which means it's not 3 rays, it's 5, because it's 2 more, because it's a level 2 spell.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, 10 rays. Already cast the first one, so here's the rest of them. You said
And
the
then
AC is 8.
you're going to use a sorcery point to twin that?
No, I don't have twin spell. That was a sorcery point. There was going to be a sorcery point to make that a bonus action and use an action to hit the thing, but once I realized it was a sphere, that was just like...
Right.
Billy would have known that, so we undid that. All right, so let me make sure I'm keeping track of this. Nat fucking 1, so not the first one. So this is 9. Hold up.
How much does Scorching Ray do? 2d6?
Yeah. Let me just make sure I'm just like writing like hit or miss.
Green, you take 4 points of damage from the rogue Scorching Ray.
Oh.
Sorry, because you're grappled, a nat 1's gonna hit you.
Oh.
9, 16. Hit. And another nat. Sorry, that's another nat 1. These guys don't like me today. But
they like you
1,
just fine.
2, 3,
They don't like Green.
4, 5.
7 more points.
5 hits. So that's 5 hits, which means 10d6 damage.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
And just so you know, I also have something called Empowered Spell where I could reroll 5 of these if I wanted to.
Wow.
All right, so 10. Sorcerers are cool. What's that? 3, 6. That would not be a 9 on a d6 because that's not possible. That is a 6.
Nice try, though.
I know. It really looked like one. Yeah, and I think I will use my sorcery point to re-roll. I can re-roll 5. I'm only going to re-roll 4. 2, 1, 6, 2. Unless you can let me re-roll one of those yet again and make it 5.
If you want.
Tight. All right, so that's 1 sorcery point gone. Hold up. Siri, help me. 4 plus 3 plus 3 plus 6 plus 6 plus 3 plus 2 plus 2 plus 6 plus 2.
It's 37.
37 damage.
Nice.
Has anybody ever seen Clue?
It's been a long time.
My God, how many times did we watch that together? When we were kids?
Right.
1
Double check.
plus
So it is just a
1
spell
plus
attack. He doesn't
2
take half.
plus 1.
1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1.
So yeah, 37 damage to the Chronomancer.
Nice. So Billy's standing there and she's lets out a scorching ray and it doesn't go through and she's like, oh crap, and then it goes away. She's like, yes, and she releases, hitting Green a couple of times in the process. But
Sorry.
Green smokes a little, but other than that, really doesn't feel it much. The Chronomancer shouts in pain, and his tail the coils underneath him uncurl and wrap around the bridge underneath him. As he's turning a little bit to catch a couple of the scorching rays on using Green to shield himself a little bit as he can.
You said he's using his tail to hold on to something?
Yeah, the bridge underneath him. It's only about it's only a cup. It's only a couple feet wide. So he uncoils his tail and wraps around it.
Can I?
I could throw a dagger at that, but I'm going to decide not to.
Can I
Oh,
do this and use my sneak attack? It says I can once per turn I can deal an extra 1d6 damage to a creature that is distracted.
That's like for
With a
you have
range
to actually hit it.
with a ranged weapon. No, it says I can use it as like I can either
You can use
build
sneak attack
up
as a
an
ranged
attack,
weapon.
or I can use it as a standalone.
You have to. I believe that modifies an attack that you make.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
I think you would be able to use that on your next round, but on this one you're still manipulating the control panel.
And just so you get some sort of, I don't know if it's sneak attack exactly or something else. You have some sort of pack tactics where you get advantage when one of us are technically distracting them by being 5 feet away from them, and Green is.
Yeah, that's a sneak attack.
So you get a bonus to hit if they're flanked, I believe.
Oh, no, I don't see that one. Okay, thought I'd ask.
Cool. So we are back to top of the round. Green. It is your turn.
Okay. I'm just going to warn him again. Ask him, please stop. I do not wish to harm you. Please stop. Can I use my... Because I've still got him pinned.
Mm-hmm.
Can I start trying to choke him out?
Yes.
I don't want to kill him. I want to render him unconscious.
We're gonna do some subdual damage.
Yeah.
Go for it. Roll a strength check because you've already got him pinned. So this is more like a hold. So
Okay. So does it count as a grapple or is it an attack?
It's a strength check. You're setting a DC for him to make as a Constitution check to remain
Gotcha,
conscious.
Okay. So a strength check. Okay, got it. 7.
Chrono shift.
The Chronomancer
Chrono
rolled.
shift. Reroll.
What?
Chrono shift. Reroll it. It's a thing I can do. Time fuckery.
Really?
Yes.
Oh. Yes, DM. Yes. No?
She can use it here, but you don't necessarily need to, because the Chronomancer rolled a nat 1.
Oh, if I see him failing, I do it. But
Yeah. so he's the Chronomancer's like, but because his jaw is already full of your helmet, you just push your helmet in more and completely block his airway. So essentially, he's like and you're already pinning his arms and all the rest of him. He can't really do much of anything, and he's beginning to lose consciousness. If you keep this up for 3 rounds, he will be completely unconscious. So
awesome. That's the goal.
You succeeded once. You've got 2 more rounds to hold him to render him completely unconscious.
and I still have 2 more chrono shifts. We're gonna be eating some roast snake tonight.
Speaking of that, it is Villy's turn.
Okay. Sorry, I still have half of my character sheet on my phone because I haven't filled out everything. I'm going to try. I've got that thing where I can give him advantage on, what was it, strength checks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to expend a rune.
That'd be handy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to expend Cyclic Augmentation, expend a rune to give you advantage on one type of ability check until the start of your next turn. Or, no, wait, no. For me, it's the start of my next turn. For you, it's
This
you
next
just
round.
get it for your next turn.
Cool.
I guess it would be till the start of my next turn. You have it, which means you would get it for your next turn.
Right.
Hold up. Let me just double check how many rune charges I have. I have it written somewhere. I got 4.
I was going to say you were at 4 as far as I remember.
Yeah, so many things to keep track of. Sorcery points, chronal shifts, runes, spells. It's hard being multi-classed.
It's not easy.
Yeah, I'm gonna. But yeah, it's not easy being green. But yeah, I'm gonna do that for green.
Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
And that is an action. I'm also just gonna get closer.
Okay.
Just to be there.
Well, you have to to get up close in order to touch green. So.
Oh, true. I promise this will help.
So Villy reaches her hand out and touches Green's back, and and one of the runes on her arm flares from underneath the arm of her shirt, and the energy passes from her fingers into Green, going from the bright cyan blue, changing to Green's bright chlorophyll green, and the runes seem to extend for a moment across all of the green tendrils and all the green force part of him, and then sort of sink down into his energy. As that happens, the Chronomancer's eyes go wide, and he spits the helmet out. And Green, make a Constitution check.
Uh-oh. Ruh-roh, Reggie.
You don't have that much to worry about. Just don't roll a nat 1, because he rolled a 2.
I got a total of 10.
You feel that you feel through that the pull that he's got with that electricity on your chest plate. It's like he starts pulling at your heart for a minute. And you feel the network of runes across the force part of you suddenly feel like he's trying to pull that out of you. But he's unsuccessful. It's like an osmosis bag, but it's closed off, so you can't pull anything through the membrane. And that was his action. He's also going to take his move action to swing himself around the underside.
Awesome.
The both of you.
Hang on, Dr. Jones, we go for a ride.
Yep. So the two of you go flying or spinning. Hang on, I gotta adjust this. Oh, come on. Wrong way. You two are not sick. No, I can't say that on a broadcast. I'd better not say it now. Oh, come on. Oh, this worked when I tried it. There we go. So the two of you turn around, and now he's got you out here. Off. Can you see that?
Yeah.
So he's grabbed it and turned you around to the opposite to opposite, and now you're behind where his plug-in was. Revealing a complex. So Villy and Yadwiga, you see now that behind him, behind where he was, up against the wall, where there's an ancient mosaic that looks like it had been part of some floor 2,000 years ago. Right up next to a different, it looks like a some sort of gold inlay on a board, but it looks very similar to what you see around me, or around me on my background, but it has a crack running through it, so that the top half is an old mosaic, and the bottom half looks more like it came from it looks like a large ritual circle, rather than like a diagram of the heavens. And they've been kind of spliced together, and you see that there are 5 glowing gems around the perimeter, each of which are glowing with a different color and a different rune on them, or a different character.
And Thanos was right.
Does this look like it was on the floor at one point, like it was a ritual circle to be on, or it was like a wall-mounted ritual circle?
They both look like they were probably flooring at one point.
They're infinity gems.
Does it look similar to anything that I came across in Castle Amber?
It looks very similar. As a matter of fact, as you look, it looks like the bottom ritual half came from Victor Amber's workshop.
This wasn't with the this wasn't next to the library where the
No.
children were sacrificed?
No, this was below that.
Okay.
This was below that, outside in the workshop where he was reanimating the corpses of the people whose souls were pulled out and sacrificed.
Okay, got it.
It was just before the gate to Averone, if you remember.
So this this was the beginning of. No, this wasn't the beginning, but this is similar to what Stephen Amber was doing to strengthen Grumsh.
Stephen Amber was not trying to strengthen Grumsh. He was the one resisting.
Oh, so it was Victor.
Yes, it was Victor that was
Victor.
Victor, who was 200 years before Stephen.
There was a
Stephen
lot
good,
of
Victor
Ambers.
bad.
Yes, Victor was the guy that you met in the past, and then released as a lich from the statue.
Oh,
As a matter of fact, that was you, wasn't it? Yadwiga?
Yeah.
That released him.
Yeah.
Whoops.
I want to wait until I'm a little closer, but I still have the effigy that Tor is in.
You do, don't you?
Oh shit.
What? What is this? What?
Yes.
I don't know.
Kind of.
It was
Battle first.
it was an effigy of Paladine, actually. That Tor was one of the priests, and his soul got sucked into it as one of the hazards.
But he was fucked up, right?
Oh yeah.
Like he was possessed by something, or he was possessed by Grumsh.
It was in Paragon during the festival where all of the villagers were being compelled to pledge themselves to Grumsh instead of Paladine, and their souls were being stolen as well. The same thing that had happened during the Purge 200 years before, but it was kind of like the final consolidation.
Ooh, trauma.
Yep. But you saved Tor's soul, and now among all humans, his is the last human soul remaining.
Yeah.
And Green doesn't even know what a human is, so.
Seen one at one point somewhere. I don't know.
See, Billy is like traumatized with all of this, like
Mortals all look the same.
PTSD with all of it. But I'm like, wait, let's unleash this evil.
I mean, the pure look on Miguel's face when you brought it up makes me
I
want
know.
you to. So.
It short circuits a couple of things, but I can manage. It's cool. It'd be really cool story wise.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna. Well, I can't take a movement until after he takes a movement. Correct.
He took his movement action, which was swinging himself around.
Okay, so I want
yeah,
to.
it's now Yadviga's turn.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go right towards the ritual circle, and I'm gonna take the effigy out and see if I can show it to the ritual circle and see if it reacts in any way.
Okay. So Yadviga approaches. You're able to get to the edge of where the
What the heck?
the edge of where the bubble was.
Hi.
Gravity?
To the edge of where
I
the
forgot
bubble
you were
was.
doing this from upside down.
He says, "Screw this! I'm out!" and jumps.
She was
So-
like, throw the effigy, and then I'm leaving.
Yeah, you're able
Y'all got this. Bye.
you're able to get up to where Villy is, but you're not able to. But that's about as far as you can get this turn.
Okay.
Here, let me see.
This makes me want to make a custom Billy Lego and send it to you.
I want to still take the effigy out,
Okay.
and I know I'm shorter than her, so I'm just gonna like go like like children trying to see something around their parents or adults. I'm just gonna like go around her and push it like in front.
I'm used to it by
Right
now.
between her legs.
Exactly. That was my other one, but I'm like, no, we'll do this one first.
So you pull the effigy out, and it begins glowing brightly. Also, the other 5 gems that are set against the back there also begin glowing brighter.
Now, are these the same gems of evil that I placed onto the statue of Grumsh?
No, none of them are that color. Although one of them is close. They're the one that you pull out with the light of Paladine is burning with a white light. The 5 that are burning on the back here are black, blue, yellow, brown, and a darker and a lighter red than the red of Grumsh.
Ugly
Just
Infinity
as a-
Stone.
Just as a reference, when we first started, Yadwiga was like way more evil in everything she was doing, and I managed to sneak. When we found some buried treasure, I found this little red gem that was just pure evil, and I kept it on me for a long time until we got into the doors of this temple, and there were huge statues that conveniently these gems fit into. And when I decided to put the gem into the eye, it absorbed my evil, which made me more neutral.
And brought the statue to life as an avatar
Yes.
of Grumsh as well. So let's
Yes.
not overlook that part.
Whoops.
Yeah, right. You're right. A small little detail.
But it was the reanimation of the statue sucked the evil out of Yadviga,
Mm-hmm.
and left her as neutral instead of evil.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
There's a longing for that evilness to be replaced.
This stone is now glowing in apparent synchrony with the other 5 stones there.
Okay. We'll get the even up.
And you're still a good about 12 feet away.
I think that's gonna be it for my turn.
Okay. Back to the top of the round, Green. So you have just been swung out into an odd plane of gravity, sticking out from this plinth, hanging on the edge of infinity, just holding onto the Chronomancer, being basically held over a fall leading into the galactic center for all that you can see.
Okay. I'll ask you a final time. Please stop trying to hurt people. I cannot permit this.
Roll your strength check.
Yeah, I'm still trying to. Yep. Yeah, I'm still trying to choke him out. 18.
18. Oh, he rolls a 10. So he's you feel him beginning to struggle a little bit, and he even, I'm just going to go ahead and roll his attack. Sorry, Villy, I'm skipping you in order. Just because it's kind of convenient right now. He rolls a 19 to renew his attack in desperation. Roll a Constitution check.
Chrono shift. Make him re-roll it.
Villy, roll your Chrono Shift, please.
I don't roll anything. He just has to re-roll.
Well,
as a reaction, after you are a creature you can see within 30 feet of you makes an attack roll, an ability check or saving throw, you can force the creature to re-roll. You make this decision after you see whether the roll succeeds or fails. The target must use the result of the second roll.
He tries to counterspell you, and to counterspell.
It's not a spell. It's not a spell. It's a reaction.
I understand. He tries to counterspell it and is unsuccessful, and you feel him beginning to go limp in your arms, Green.
Do I still make a Constitution check?
Yes. Go ahead and make your Constitution check, because he's not dead yet.
Well, I don't want to kill him. 22 on the Constitution.
22. You pass very easily. You can feel him tugging at your energy again, and he looks at you and says, "The energy of 2 in 1. It is the prophecy." And he begins passing out. Villy, it is your turn. Yadwiga has now come up right behind you and is holding up this looks like a small statue of some god.
What are you doing?
And it's glowing brightly.
What are you doing?
Radioactive.
See if this ritual circle will help Thor. Not Thor. Tor. Sorry. Will help Thor.
The Tor was possessed. Oh, will help him.
But this is white, not red.
Well, I'm gonna do this, and if I can I walk up to? I want to walk up forward. Can I reach my hand around to touch Green?
Yes, you can, but you'd have to like hug this mural piece to reach out behind it to get to him.
I'll do that, and I'm gonna cast my Aegis again. Leaving me with 2 runes. Once again, advantage on strength checks.
Don't touch the ritual circle.
Yeah. Well, I
Too
think.
late.
Touching it.
Too late.
Yep.
You cannot avoid touching it if you're going to reach out to where gray is or to where green is.
Okay.
Uh,
Billy wouldn't have known that, so.
roll a Constitution check, please.
Oh no.
It's okay. Constitution's my shit. I'm a sorcerer. Conjuration, divination, enchantment, necromancy, transmutation. Okay, that's gotta pass. It's a 14, and I've got plus a lot. 20, dirty 20.
You drop down one lower rune state, so you were at 3, so I believe you're at 2.
No, I'm at 1.
You were at 1?
Because I was at 4. I think now expended 2 for green.
Okay, so now
Did I get to him? Did I get to him when I did that?
No, this is from making contact with the backboard. It sucks one of your rune charges away.
In that case, I'm at 2 if I haven't cast the second Aegis on green.
And you see the entire mural and ritual circle, each half begins glowing in a light that is aligned with your runic light.
Fun.
And you feel a rush of potential power from the contact with it. It's almost like, you know, that feeling of awe that you get when you stand next to like the Grand Canyon or some large cavernous space that is just like, wow, this is so big, and you can feel that you're on the edge of something huge. It feels like there's like, through this, if you were to reach through this construct, you could touch the face of eternity itself.
Does it feel like it needs my power, or I need it?
It feels like it's there. It's a tool to be used. It is not. It's not thinking on its own. It doesn't think on its own. It's like
I know it's not a thinking thing. It's more like, does it feel like something that will take more of my rune charges, or does it feel like something that I would get more power from, is what I'm asking.
It's how you use it, and what direction and what order you put energy into it depends on what you get out of it.
Does it feel, I don't know. Okay, I think that's distracting enough.
Uh-oh. There she is.
And over.
Hello, hello?
Hello.
Hello.
There you are.
I think I'm going to kneel and hover my hand over the center of it. I'm not going to do anything necessarily. I just want to see what that's like.
Okay. So are you still going to reach for green?
No, I think that distracted me at this point.
Okay. So you're getting ready to reach for green, then so Yadwiga, you see Villy beginning to reach for green, but she stops and suddenly begins examining the backing, the control panel, more or less, to the Chronomancer's machine, and you see the Chronomancer's machine begin to glow with what you now recognize as the color of her rune magic.
I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna say, is it taking control of you?
No, I'm fine. It's just, it's something big. I don't know if it's good or if it's bad or if it has any. I don't know.
I'm intrigued, so I'm just gonna watch.
As you watch, Villy's hand on it. It begins to glow brighter and brighter with her color of energy, and her hair begins to blow back as if there's wind coming off of it, pushing her away. Her hair starts to rise behind her, and Yadwiga, as you watch, it looks as if the star field in the background begins to start spinning and turning.
Does this feel good? Is it good?
It's as if the whole spiral
Asking.
is beginning to turn and distort. Green, you also see this happening around you.
Okay. Weird, but all right. Is this good? I don't know.
Is the effigy that I'm holding also turning the blue at her room?
It is not. It is not connected into the network yet. But as you get slightly closer, you begin to feel like it's pulling towards the control board.
I haven't taken an action yet.
Nope.
Can I use my action to expend a charge into Tor's figure?
Are you? So you've got one hand that's pressed up against the control board. You're going to reach the other hand back and touch the figure.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
We are out of initiative now because the Chronomancer has gone unconscious, and Villy has taken over his construct. Villy, roll a Constitution check.
Oh.
Smash it.
Right as she grabs the effigy, I'm gonna let go.
Yeah.
As soon as I see that she has it, I'm gonna let go. I'm not yet. Nope.
It jumps off. Bye.
Does a 13 succeed?
Mount.
A 13 does indeed succeed, but
Nice.
as Yadwiga lets go, you wisely get out of the way quickly as the effigy goes hurtling towards the board, strikes it dead center, and clear lightning begins playing across the face of the whole thing, and it slides to the outside ring. The other 5 stones that are there displace. And now instead of forming a pentagram, it's forming a hexagon. You see what had previously been a zodiac of 12. Another sign appears in the corner and pushes its way into the rest of the zodiac, now making a zodiac of 13.
I know the 13th zodiac. Or actually is a 13th zodiac.
You hear a series of 5 ascending tones. Ding, 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 bang! And it begins to become ear-shattering, and the entire spiral begins shaking like a crystal lattice being grasped by a celestial toddler.
Well, shit.
The Chronomancer is
Is this good? I don't know if it's good.
The Chronomancer is unconscious in Green's grasp as his tail lets go, and Green and the Chronomancer begin slightly floating away.
Oh, this is bad.
We are out of initiative,
It's okay,
so you can take an action if you wish to.
Okay, I'm gonna stop choking him because I don't want to kill him.
Okay.
He's unconscious. I'm gonna let off and let him breathe. I wonder. I'm pretty sure I could probably kick off of him and get back and grab hold of that thing, right? But if I do that, he's gonna fall.
I can throw my rope. Do you need help?
Yes.
Okay. Yadwiga sees that he's going off, So I'm going to quickly grab my rope and try to throw it in the same general direction so he can grab a hold of it while also holding onto the other end.
That sounds great. Make a dexterity check.
18.
Nice. Let's see, and we should have Green make some sort of check to catch it.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah, sleight of hand will work.
Oh crap! What do you have against me? All right.
Sorry, that's just what it would be.
All right. 6.
Oh boy. Well, so Bree gets it to you, and you reach out. Luckily, you've got all of these tendrils that are extended from you, so it's actually a fairly easy catch.
Okay.
And you grab onto it. You kind of do one of these things as you're as the rope catches you because you're in free fall at this point. And so you extend against it, and Yadwiga is able to pull your momentumless bodies back into the plane of gravity and pull you up onto the landing.
Cool. And I still have the Chronomancer.
Yes, you are carrying the Chronomancer.
Excellent.
What are you going to do with it?
I'm going to address everyone and say, there's a big part of me that is saying this could potentially not be good. We could be sucked into some void. I think we should leave. But I also want to know what happens.
I mean, I didn't expend 2 runes to want to know what happens. Open both things.
Well, the whole lattice is beginning to shake. And
I suspect getting out would be extremely problematic. Looking up, down.
Oh, really? I just thought we'd go back the way we came.
I do not think it would be that simple.
Sarcasm. I'm sorry. When you're British, it doesn't always translate.
What if we turn on the sphere again to protect us?
That's big brain.
Turn on the what?
The sphere? Would the control panel be able to turn it back on?
Well, the control panel has now completely changed configuration.
Oh.
Crap.
And Villy is looking increasingly absorbed by it. As far as she seems to be fascinated by it and doesn't appear to want to take her hand off of it.
I'm questioning how good this feels.
Billy, think of a location that is very dear to your heart and see if it appears in this area.
I think
Wish for it to be here.
Before she could even scoff at that, in Billy's head is her father's office.
So you're looking for you're thinking of your father's office, and do you do anything in particular with the controls?
I don't think Billy's taking that as serious. Like, I don't think she's in the headspace to take Yadwiga's suggestion seriously. It's just when she said someplace near and dear to your heart, her father's office comes in Billy's head.
So that's what just pops in there, huh?
Mm-hmm. Oh shit! What was that face?
The controls begin glowing, and you see the horoscope begins turn, whereas it had been slowly turning in one direction, begins whirling faster and faster in the opposite direction that it had been turning earlier. The gems, the 6 gems glow brightly, but it appears to be running at the wrong speed in order for the whole thing to match up correctly. The whole machine starts shaking violently. The whole thing that you're on begins shaking stronger and stronger as the backboard seems to start rotating a bit off of center. The entire area that you're standing on breaks off and begins tumbling off into the ethereal plane. The energy conduits at the bottom of it are sparking and sending off all sorts of trailers of energy. But the sixth gem is now glowing super brightly, and the whole thing begins to take on. Whereas before it was kind of like the bright cyan of Villy's runes, it appears like that begins to die away, like it has expended that energy, and now the whole thing begins to glow with the bright silver light of the effigy that you put in there as the sixth gem. It tumbles off into the ethereal plane. The whole rest of the spiral just falling away, but instead you turn to see if it's coming towards you as well, but it is not. And you fall off towards the galactic center until it seems to spaghettify around you. And then and everything slowly begins to fade away. As the machine expends the last bit of energy that it has, until only the effigy stone is left glowing dimly, and the four of you are standing there on this little chunk of reality in this void area, and it is all going dark.
Am I still connected to this thing?
You are. But you feel incredibly drained. Your runes are now down to 0.
1.
0.
Whoa, shit.
It drained the last of your energy when it came apart.
So it's just, I'm trying to make it clear. We are not falling into an abyss. The abyss has just been like surrounding the ritual circle.
It's as if the abyss has shortened down and
got it.
Become basically just it's just the only thing that is real and material of existence is the bit that you are standing on right now.
Okay. Is Villy still touching it?
Yeah, I think if I'm at 0, I think I just not unconscious or anything, but I think I just kind of collapse off to the side.
Villy slumps against from the board, and as her hand kind of peels away with a little bit of a, and you see that her hand is a little bit charred from the force of the energy transfer.
Makes sense why I wanted you now. I'm gonna try to reach. Well, no, I'm not gonna try. I'm gonna reach for the Tor effigy because now I just have this sinking feeling that I could have doomed him instead of saved him. I'm just gonna kind of somberly reach to grab it.
You grab it and you pull it out, and it is melted, and it's melted and deformed a little bit. So whereas before it was in the shape of a dragonborn, with dragon head and a humanoid body. Now it's kind of drooped, and the features have melted a little bit. So it looks kind of like you can't distinguish the individual features. It's just kind of like a vague humanoid shape now. But it is still heavy, and it is still a large chunk of platinum. So Let's have everyone roll an insight or investigation or perception, whichever your personal preference is.
Doesn't matter. I got a 2.
Yeah, Villy's pretty much passed out at this point.
Yeah.
I got a 14 on
18
perception.
for intelligence for my investigation.
14. So Green, you feel that the Chronomancer is still alive, but unconscious. And you notice that the tail now instead of just hanging like out into space, now seems to be like it's lying down on something. Yadwiga, you turn and look. You turn your attention from Villy and begin to look around, and you see the features of a gargantuan cave beginning to come into resolution around you. It's a large cavern.
Transported to another area, and I'm gonna kind of point it out to Green.
Perhaps that is what his tail is laying on. Is Villy harmed? Does she require healing?
I'm alright.
Ah, you are conscious. Excellent. That is a good sign.
I don't.
In future, may I suggest taking additional fluids during your rest time?
You may.
Yadwiga is gonna realize cavern, cave, rock. I'm gonna drop down to the ground, around, and try to feel. I'm gonna hold on to the platform we're on, but feel next to us to see if I can identify any stone, rock, or anything around us.
Roll a perception check.
All 3.
A 3. You
Yeah.
can't identify the individual type of rock, but it appears that but it's definitely rock, which is a great improvement from what had been there before, which was nothingness.
Nothingness.
So something from nothing is at least a little bit better. Sorry, doing a little bit of a reset over here.
Let's go.
You're fine. Billy's emotionally resetting.
I am updating my notes, so that's perfect time for me.
Does anyone want to take a break at this point to cogitate for a few? Where it is.
Yeah, just like 5 minutes to make a tea. Because I
Okay.
need a little bit of.
It's almost 3 o'clock.
Yeah, so we've got we'll have about an hour left when we get back.
Okay.
Does that sound good? So
Sure.
we'll take a 5, and we'll be back right at 3 o'clock.
Alrighty.
Alrighty, stopping the recording.